Yo, welcome to another episode of the Post on the Block podcast. I'm your host, Stu. We cover all things blockchain, metaverse, NFTs, all money making opportunities in the space. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves one by one. What's
Yeah,
good?
yeah. I go by the name of your boy Shades. You already know me out here repping Florida.
What's up, y'all? Professor J out here from New York.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna get into like today's episode topic. We're gonna get into like crypto and like mental health. Just because I know for me, it's like a stigma in terms with the crypto community, especially from the outside looking in. If you're not truly don't have a fundamental understanding of the space, just how being burnout and staying the course for crypto and actually like being here for the long term until you get like a financial incentive or like whatever you're looking out of this to change your life. The process in between that, we're all human and we can experience burnout or fatigue or just any of those type of things and just affecting your mental health just because money, not even with crypto, but money is uh it is a necessity for survival. You don't have no money, you can't buy food, you can't have a roof over your head, you can't, you know, get a car, you can't do X, Y, and Z. So that's like a reason for the majority of people that get into this space. And it's just kind of like when you do experience that, just in terms of the burnout or just the fatigue or just whatever you're dealing with in crypto, just seeing the prices stay the same or, the price not going up or you just how many years I had to wait. It's just all those initial thoughts. But when it comes to like crypto and mental health, what's y'all's like first thoughts like when it comes to that, as far as things that you experience or just dealing with along your crypto journey?
Um, I think it's easy to get fucking burnt out in crypto because like it's not like stocks where that shit move. You know what I mean? The way it moved, the volatility in crypto itself will give you anxiety. I know for me when I first started, like I'm checking my crypto every day. You know what I mean? On a daily basis, several times a day. Like I'm always just on the app looking at my crypto, seeing what that shit doing. Like I think it helped that I got into NFTs and you know what I mean, got to look at some different stuff because like I said, I was just so focused on, you know what I mean, what is my money doing basically, you know what I mean? I think it's easy, definitely easy to get burnt out on.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely agree with that. When I first started, I also, was did the same thing. Shay just mentioned about checking my crypto every day. I forgot the app. I don't know. It was called Blockfolio, one of those apps that you could put your little every crypto you own on there, and it creates a little portfolio for you. And I was checking that every day as soon as I wake up, and or I would check like a CoinGecko or Coin Market Cap just to see what where crypto was at. And again, I also agree that thanks to other aspects of the blockchain and crypto space, like NFTs or DeFi or crypto games, now you don't have to be so anxious to be checking like your crypto or your portfolio because you have all these other things that to maybe look out for or look at. So I mean, then again, that can also can get you burnt out because you could be too deep into NFTs or you can be real deep in some of these games. And sometimes, like if you're looking at it at the if you're doing these things just for the money, sometimes or whatever, or you're in a certain position, it still could burn you out, or it still could cause some anxiety or even forms of depression and things like that. So you got to be really careful when I
That's
think
why I
coming
try
to
to do shit. Just make sure you're doing other shit. Like I know most people got a job and other shit that some shit that could take your mind off it. But you definitely gotta you know be aware of the time you spend doing it and like take a step back when you feel overwhelmed and shit like that. That's why you catch me watching a movie or some TV show or some shit. Like sometimes I just need to chill. Like I can't really, and then especially like in a time like now when the market is down, like, and I'm not really tripping off the market, but I'm just like, it ain't really nothing to do. I ain't fitting to make no crazy moves right now. You know what I mean? So it's just like Sometimes you gotta just chill. You can look out for shit. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes peeled, ear to the streets. But
I think also too, I would say don't be out here by yourself. So I think that's where like
mm,
I think the mental fatigue can like multiply. Cause if
mm,
you out here by yourself, then it's just kind of like you think it's like a woe is me, or just people are investing, but you don't have people that you actually talk to. I know for me, I have, you know, I chill with the people in this podcast. I chill like as far as going back and forth, mastermind about certain different things. So like I have a network of people that I associate with every day and talk about crypto with. And I feel like you can't put a price tag on that. Uh just in terms of even if like I've
right.
never been to that point, but even if I was onto the point where we like, you know what, I'm just gonna sell all my crypto, I'm done, whatever, la la la. You're gonna have people that's gonna reel you back and be like, wait a minute, hold up. Like you gotta remember what we get into the space for, and then it'd be like a reminder of just people that will motivate you just along the journey. As far as you seeing their grind and their hustle and what they doing, and just there's always something being said or taught in this space or whatever. As far as you having those people to talk to, because you always learn something new. Because like I can't keep an eye or a tab on everything, but everybody comes with information that they bring, and then two is just it's just the aspect of just even to take it a step further, just going in and actually getting that like real life experience in terms of like going to meetups and actually seeing like-minded people that actually think just like you, because you could almost in a sense say it's just like kind of has a religious aspect, not deep. I'm not really trying to shut at anybody's beliefs, but as far as finding people that are like-minded and think like you in terms of like I think crypto is something that what will hold you is like you believe in the technology, you believe how it's going to change the world and how it's going to be like the front runner on how we conduct in our daily lives as a society in the next 5 to 10 years. I feel like just as a common thing, that's just amongst people that truly like believe in crypto. That's not for everybody, but I would just say don't be out here by yourself. Just be on the Discord, join our Discord, be on the Twitter spaces, like just all those things. I feel like just get into the culture and actually talk to people, and like you'll be surprised, be like, oh wow, I thought I was the only one feeling like that. And then that alone will help you get through some of the rough times. So anyway, just don't be out here by yourself.
Or I agree with that. Gotta agree with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I definitely agree with that. And I haven't really, looked at it that way and probably took it that for granted. But but I do always, praise how coming into the space and meeting the folks, y'all on this podcast and others that I also network with, as it has helped me, go through my journeys through this crazy, these crypto times and these wild cycles. So that has tremendously helped me through the space and with probably definitely with mental health going
Um,
forward. But yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
Thank God I met people that was like me, like, or at least thought on the same wavelength. Like, yeah, we all got our different coins that we like. But like you said, at the end of the day, we all agree about what crypto is gonna be in the future to us all. So I think that's what's most important. But yeah, like I thought it was so dope that from a Discord chat I could meet a whole bunch of people and you know what I mean, create a bond, and we got our own community now and all of that based off of that. But I remember those days when it wasn't, you know, 5 or 6 people I could go holler at about this shit, like when it was just me. Now, thank God it wasn't that long of a period of time, and you know what I mean. I didn't go through no huge losses or nothing at that time because I could imagine like the anxiety that should have gave me. I already got anxiety itself. Like I take medication for my shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? So like I got a personal relationship with mental health. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, yo, like I would be going even more crazy if I didn't have certain things in place that I do now.
Yeah. I think for me, when I was out here, quote unquote, like by myself, like luckily the crypto markets was booming when
Mhm.
I was during that time. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like I got in early as far as some of the stuff or whatever, and I had a waiting period, but you know, it wasn't like a I wasn't in the quote unquote. I caught the end of like a bear market, quote unquote. Like I got in a really good entry point. It was trending towards the end, and then it was about to get into a bull cycle. So that alone kept me intrigued. That'll keep anybody intrigued if you see the price go up. But then too, I just felt like I was trying to create that network, but I just kept trying to create a network in my circle of friends and my circle of people, and I would kind of, in a sense, like force my beliefs on somebody else, and that's not fair to the other person just because like they might not get it or
Mhm.
it might not be their time to get it, and I felt like I was doing that a lot and just thank God I just found people that I didn't have to
Mhm.
force them to like or like make them see it the way I saw it. They already saw it that way, and it was just like an easier like transition. But I know when I was just out here by myself, I always wanted to have like a group of people that I could go be like, "Yo, I'm looking into this. Like, what y'all think about it?" And then I know just in terms of like our conversations, you know, off the pod or whatever, or off camera, so to speak, we do push each other in the sense that you gotta know your ish. Like if you present something, like people on in here are gonna question you. They're gonna be like, "Yo, what does it do? What's the tokenomics? You know, what's the utility, the use case?" Like people are gonna push you, and it's gonna force you to level up your game. And if you're not leveling up your game, then it's just to the point where, all right, bro, you're gonna get exposed.
Well, you're probably
So
not gonna come. You're not gonna want to hang
yeah,
around just because you're gonna feel like you out the loop. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. So I mean, people, I just feel like with us in general and just the whole network, and shout out to everybody that's not on the pod that couldn't make this episode, but I'm just saying, just us as a collective, like you gotta know your shit, and if you don't, like it's just like I said, you gonna get exposed, or you gonna be out the loop X, Y, and Z. So I just feel like just having that and just also just getting like for me like deeper into crypto just because like if you just come in here it has to be something that you truly believe in my opinion, that I feel like will sustain you. Like if you just truly in it to make money, all right, that's fine. There's a million and one ways to make money on the internet. Crypto is not the only way that you can make some money. Like
mhm.
you could do Amazon, you could do like Shopify. You can like do affiliate marketing, ClickBank. There's many other opportunities, but I'm not passionate about affiliate marketing. I'm not passionate. There's MLMs. I'm not passionate about recruiting people. So like that wouldn't sustain me. I would purely be doing those for monetization purposes. With crypto is just how it is going to impact and change the world. Like I feel like it's going to trickle down into every other industry. So like I feel like you have to find those reasons, but I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I can definitely second that. Also, finding different reasons to get into crypto other than just like capital gains. I wanted to touch on two of those points. Like, you can be in the crypto for capital gains, but don't have to be so so info hungry on everything. Just because things are changing very fast. So you could treat it like your retirement if you want, so to speak. Maybe have your portfolio allocated certain way, based off of your investment horizon, and just like your retirement at work. You just you know dollar cost average into it, little by little, without having to check every day. You can just come check every now and then if you have that strong conviction for it for the long term. But then on the other side, finding those other reasons to get into it other than just capital gains, even if it's for short term or long term, where you have these different apps or you have these NFTs or you have these play to earn games. So you have different ways of getting into the blockchain without just thinking about capital gains. That can relieve you of all the pressures of the market going down or up or whatever. Because it is very fun. You have play to earn space on a blockchain. That's I think that's going to really blow up. And it makes crypto fun. It's not just for how much money could be made, but actually taking time to just release some stress after work, just like you would play any other video game. So I think we are gonna be there, um, just like with all the other function of these NFTs and exploring that. Even if it's like looking for your next career, you have so many different industries that blockchain is going to hit. So you could be looking at maybe you're looking at a different career change. So again, that's just so many different ways of looking at blockchain and crypto, other than just capital gains that can take your mind off of just those normal stresses that people can face.
Word. Like, yo, when I first had got into crypto, one of the things that got me into it actually was like, because my cousin was in my ear about the shit for a minute, but like I started going into some of the spaces and some of the discords and was just seeing like the communities that people was building in it, and I thought that was dope. So that ended up being one of my bigger draws to community, because like one of the like not one, but like when the projects are smaller projects or early in the early stages, like you get to build with people on a different level, you know what I mean? And especially about crypto or about NFTs, whatever. But I just started liking the fact that, people ain't, not a lot of people out here is hiding information. You know what I mean? Like you could really highlight almost anybody in the crypto space, and I feel like they'll tap you in some type of way. Where I feel like it's not like that in every industry that you get into. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, That's one thing I realized quickly was like people was willing to help just because when I first came in the NFTs and I really had no really solid understanding of it. I would tell them and I would say that right in the chat. I'd be like, listen, like I'm new to NFTs, like I really don't have a good like fundamental base or like fundamental understanding of like, you know, the concept of NFTs and like why they go up in value. I didn't say those exact words, but I just said, yo, I really don't know what's going on, blah blah blah. Does anybody got any tips or information they can help or share? Anything would be appreciated. And then like I had a gang of people like tag me in comments and tell me, nah, this X, Y, and Z, this is how it's gonna change. And like they started talking about, utility, use case, like how you can make passive income and just all these different things. They told me about like roadmap, like what's it gonna do per se, like what you got. Like people started educating me, but it took me to like first send that message, and then somebody sent me a message back. So I definitely like attest to that. I could definitely say in other industries I've been, it's not like that. Like people are kind of stingy with the information or whatever, or they just be really general with their advice. Just be like, I don't know, if you ask them like, yo, how you figure that? They be like, YouTube. I'm just like, go figure. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I could definitely attest. And then also, I just wanted to touch on like, yo, do not let like FOMO get the best of you. Just because like when you do get deeper to this space, or let's say just on a very basic level, like I can give my personal experience. Like I know I saw Solana when it was. I know Solana is like a blockchain or whatever, Ethereum, Cardano, XYZ, Tezos. But I know I saw Solana. It said 30 some dollars at the time, but this depending on when you listen to this, but I saw it around, less than $5. And then, for me, I personally like went with polka dot instead. I don't have neither one of them right now holding or whatever, but the FOMO was real for me because as I saw Solana shoot up and I saw it go from 10 to 20 to 50 to 75 to like 100 plus, like I started feeling some type of way. I was like, damn, if I would have got a slew of them joints, I would have been up X amount of dollars. And then, that could get the best. And then your anxiety's building. You just like, yo, how do I find a way on how to recover just because I could have got in this price? So it's just like the mind manipulation that you get when you see something go up that you just looked at, prior, maybe a month prior, then you see it go stupid and going crazy. It's just like, the FOMO could really get the best of you. And then you like, dang, you looking at your other coins and they're not doing ish. And it's just, don't let that this just don't let that get to you or whatever. I mean, everybody has those stories where I could get this coin at this price, and then I missed the boat, I missed the train. But that's just kind of like what you equivalent of skin in the game. So you'll have those things, you'll have those experiences or whatever, and it's nothing new. So I wouldn't just say that's like a personal or individual. That's everybody has those type of stories. So FOMO is definitely real.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm a strong believer in that, and I think that's one of the untold. No one really talks about much, but I think that's really a sickness out there. It's, and that's a sick. I think that's something that's been natural for forever, but I think it's even more now with the crypto space, and it's being exposed more now because like the returns, people don't see these returns normally anywhere. So FOMO, people, you jump into the space and you see things jumping 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x, 50x, 20x overnight. It's easy to catch FOMO with a lot of these projects because you have a lot of these projects promising the world, and most of it is BS. But you have it's sometimes it might just be a little, it might be a little something, a little money in it. So I mean, regardless, people, you have people just aping in, or or just feeling like they going to miss out, and sometimes it could be very drastic for some people because you hear stories of people putting their house down or taking out loans and all type of crazy stuff, and then all of that is a
Yo, that's not crazy though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I be out here looking at certain plays that be getting made or that people be talking about, and like, don't get me wrong. I be like, hell yeah, I'm down to invest, put money in, but like, how greedy would I have to be to go take a loan out against my house or my mortgage or you know what I mean? Go do some wild shit like take my whole life savings. Like, that's just to me like that is such a bad play. I don't know who would advise you to do anything like that. Like,
power of that. That's the power of FOMO, I guess. I mean, that's how crazy it is. That's why I say I think that's one of the most
Yeah.
untold talked
and that's
about.
what I could see why people got mental health issues in the space, yo. Like, you gonna have issues.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like doing shit like that. If you putting taking out any kind of loans besides the money you already got to put into this shit,
yeah.
that's that's heavy, bro. That's heavy.
That's why they say don't that's why I hate the terms, and I have my reasons, but that's why that is an important term. Don't put in what you can't afford to lose.
Wow.
You want to put something that you in that you can't, that you ain't really can't, that you ain't really worried about. Um, in case things go left, which it could in this space, quickly. You're not really, it's not going to hurt you, whatever. But people, that FOMO have people thinking like they sure, they certain like this is going to go in a direction, and they do things like that, and that turned into like a meme, like a joke, like oh, if you sure, put the house on it, so it's like that,
Yeah, nah, I'm bullshit.
it is funny, but it's not funny, but it's crazy actually.
That's crazy. I'm not. I ain't putting the house on it. Don't get
And
me
that's
wrong. I don't get. I guess because I don't have house expendable money. You know what I mean? Talk to me when I'm a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear but I mean, even just that's on like a large scale, but even just on a small scale for anybody that's listening, because that's why what Stu said earlier isn't so important about, don't go and at it alone, and having a community and a network of people to go into these things with, because I mean, just the other day, for example, I've been doing a lot of DJing plays, and I was just, with somebody that I go into DJing plays with, and we were looking at a project. We missed the mint and it hit the secondary. And usually, our normal strategy is to we only mess with only mess with free mints. If we're not gonna, if we can't get it at mint, leave it alone. And I quickly, we were checking it out, and we seen the price flying, and we seen a lot of people in the Discord, shilling the project, and talking about, hyping it up, talking about they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that, and we seen the volume just keep rising and rising, and people buying up the floor. So the FOMO was just kicking in, all at once, and we both was sitting there like, oh shoot, it's going up, it's going up, and we were just like, damn, should we jump in? And I was ready to just like, oh shoot, let me set up my wallet and everything.
It was too
And
late
he was like,
already, man.
and he was just like, nah, man, chill, man, that ain't the plan. Like, stick to the plan. And I'm always preaching at the people, like, especially when it comes to like leverage trading and things like that. Plan your trade your plan. That's it. And I was quick just recently, just catching, just caught a dose of FOMO and was about to ape in or something. And thank God, thanks for him, I didn't, because and that goes to show, back to saying, what Stu said about not going at it alone. That it definitely helps, with making certain decisions, in this space, because it's easy to catch FOMO. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things in this space people don't talk about.
Yeah. I feel like to go back on Shade, your point, like why would somebody, and I'm not trying to like side with those people or whatever, but I just feel like, they might be doing that as far as putting a loan against their house or whatever, or taking out like a major bank loan to like go invest in crypto. Because honestly, they're trying to escape like a pain or whatever. They're trying to escape from something. Either they like don't like their like circumstance, or they don't have enough money to like for their family or something. It's a deep pain, more probably a pain that I'll never understand until I get into that situation. But I just feel like people are in some extreme situations. So like I just feel like it's just what else do I have to lose? Like, they could be, 5 thoughts away from suicide. So I might as well just swing the Hail Mary. I might as well just shoot for the best. And if it don't work out, all right, cool. I'll just, pick up the gun and, I'll go outside at midnight or two
But
o'clock.
like, yo, you know
But
what? I hear that, but me, I don't know. As a friend, I would be telling you, nah. Like, yo, bro, nah, bro. If it's a money thing and you got this, whatever capital money you about to use for that, like, yo, bro, if you having issues keeping the house, downsize, bro. Go rent an apartment. Like, I understand your lifestyle about to change. I'm not saying nothing gonna be easy. I'm not saying none of that. But like, I just feel like it's different options for you to have, and I mean for you to take before you say, I'm gonna risk it all on this. You could just take that. I mean, the way that risk is like, yo, I'm gonna just take this bread and go in the casino and try to win. Like, uh,
Yeah, I see that more
I,
happen.
I'm not really talking from the standpoint of just any specific set thing they do. I just say the pain for whatever they're
oh,
dealing
what's
with
gonna
is so
make
strong.
them do it? Period. That shit. That I can hear that. Like, you could be going through something. You could owe mad money, being in debt up to your eyeballs and all of that. But even then, like, you could file bankruptcy.
Yeah, I
But
see. Yeah, I see a definitely, because
yeah.
I see another option way before, a lot more other options before somebody would go into, I think, into crypto, unless they already have that like knowledge on it and already was deep into it, and they just, they may be a heavy leverage trader. They already came up before but lost it all, and now they thinking, all right, let me go 100x this last I got just to go do whatever I'm in, just to get out of whatever I'm in, something like that. But like a newbie, that's just probably one of the last few of the close to last resorts, whatever. And for me, I would, getting into the crypto space, I wouldn't tell anybody get in, if at least that if I knew them, if they was in any type of financial situation or any type of situation that couldn't get them through the day, whatever, I wouldn't even definitely consider crypto, because it would just probably make it worse if it's something that they going through in at least on the bad end, because how crazy crypto can be and how nerve wracking it can be, and how easy you can catch FOMO if you don't have
Yeah,
education.
it's definitely nerve wracking, man. Just because in the sense of like, um, for me, it's just like, you never know what you're gonna wake up to, what news or NFT that you got, or like crypto going down or going up like like 50, 40% one day. Like you never know what you're gonna wake up to. For me, it excites me, but also it it fatigues me at the same time. Like the one thing that like attracts me or like ignites a flame could also burn out my flame. So it's like a love hate relationship with crypto. But
Mhm.
Yeah, I know we just talk about like crypto and mental health. I know Crypto K, I know she just popped in some moments ago, whatever. Uh, I don't know if she can talk to and pull out a mic, but shout outs to her or whatever. And homies at work or whatever. But yeah, we just talk about crypto and mental health and basically yeah, I was just saying like the stuff that will just get you in that place is like the same thing that could put you at a low place. So yeah, like I said before, it's like a love hate relationship with this joint.
Taking breaks is important, man. Take a break,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
leave
yeah, I
this
think
shit
yeah,
alone
that's
for a minute. Like that's gonna be one of the most important things. Like don't do nothing crypto. I'm not saying for a day or I don't know how long it's gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that sometimes like, bro, every day, all day, like I can't. Like not that I can't. I got other shit I gotta do, but besides that, like I really like I can't do that shit. That shit just.
no, it's crazy. It's crazy you say because you know what? Like, I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. Like I be telling myself like I have a problem because if I had the opportunity, sometimes it's so much stuff in the space. Like you feel me? Like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a list of stuff I got over here and notebooks and stuff like over at least this project to check out or like a bookmarks of folders of projects to check out or whatever and NFTs on projects that I can use on project. Stuff like it's just like I feel like if I had the opportunity to, like, I would do this. Stepping on the blockchain. Like, I'd rather, I wish this was my everyday, life. At this point right now, and I aim to do that, whatever, in some way, some fashion, and just trying to have that aim could wear you down if you don't have the proper time management. And that's what I'm facing right now. Like, just trying to have to work on the proper time management for just me myself and just having time for family properly and then having time for this and certain things like that because if you don't you'll just some like me for certain days where you just wake up and forget about all the stuff that you usually used to do
Mm-hmm.
and you just jump right on the Discord or you jump right on your phone and Twitter or something like that just to catch the up see what you miss because when
Yeah.
I gotta at least over 100 red blips on my and Twitter, bunch of Twitter notifications. I'm trying to go through all of them, So
Yeah.
I do have an issue. And I'm definitely trying to work on. So again, I think mental health is definitely important. And
I
that's
think
top of regular mental health in regular real life. So yeah, I
I
need
think
that.
also I think also just getting like some type of like on your mental is getting some clarity, getting organized and structure. I know that's what helps me. So like in terms of all right, I got a lot of NLTs or whatever, like just having that organized within your Discord, having all the projects that you actually have money invested in, had those at the top of your Discord, and then the things is just kind of like they circle towards the bottom. So like these are the things that I have put that towards the top. And then also just do a brain dump exercise or writing down these are all the income sources or potential income sources or whatever you want to title it or avenues I want to pursue in crypto. So like for me, it's like NFTs, play to earn gaming. I like to get in DeFi at some point, do some influencing. So just all those type of things and do like a brain dump exercise as far as, having an outline or mapping out a plan or whatever. Just because like then your mind will be bombarded with just all these ideas, like all these things you have to do. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But if you write it down, you put it on paper or you type it up or whatever, then you got like a it's like almost as if like you dump that out of your brain. Like that's what they call it. It's like a brain dump exercise so that will allow your mind to not be as clouded and be like, damn, I got all this work I gotta do. I gotta do X, Y, and Z. But if you write it down, it's just kind of like you making a declaration, like you declaring like, yo, this is what I'm about to do. And then when you write it down, you look at it next day, you can't deny what you wrote on that paper. Like you can say what you want, but you wrote it down.
I
Type
got
of
I got to add to that cut a little bit cut in because it's like if you try to I think even with that strategy, I think you really just got to define what you want your position to be in the space because I think the way you promoted was similar to the way like it's exactly what I is as far as how I am into the space as far as like in the DeFi like I mean I got the folders labeled with pre-mint projects and projects I'm in my income projects and then projects I'm looking for that I got NFTs for projects that I I'm my major NFT joints. I got that. I got notes of what I'm supposed to do today and what I'm supposed to do for the Discord. And I mean, if you're gonna go that route, like it can get crazy and it can get very hard. I think. I think defining your role, like coming into the space. Are you just going to be a regular investor where you're just going to invest in Bitcoin and a handful of other tokens, or not Bitcoin and just a other handful of tokens, and just dollar cost averages that and live your life and just do everything else without just tapping into the space? You have that type of person, or you have the person that's, it's a lot of in between also. But as you try to tap into the space, it can get you can get flooded with information, and it can get very hard to maintain. Like stuff comes
Overwhelming.
in, it can get very overwhelming. So like again, I mean, again, agreeing with Stu as far as like getting with people, and I'm super happy we had this podcast, and just for y'all listening, we this ain't scripted, and just saying that. I'm glad we had this podcast because we don't rehearse this, or we try not to talk too much about the topics at hand, so we can it could be raw. And again, I'm glad we had this conversation, because having this conversation and hearing what Shay said earlier about just stopping and like just watching a movie or doing some other shit, like, you feel me, and not being on this shit all day, like that. I need to do that shit more. You feel me? I mean, I didn't, I've been something a little this weekend, whatever. I felt good about myself because it took my mind off of it a little bit. But like doing that shit really helps, because I mean, sometimes again, I could just be on a computer all day just
Well,
searching shit
don't get me
all day.
wrong. If it wasn't for wifey, like if like you know what I mean, sometimes I wouldn't be doing that shit either, bro. Like I ain't sitting here trying to claim perfect or nothing. Like thank God my girl be
I
like,
mean,
yo, we gonna watch this show. We gonna watch this movie. You know what I
no, but
mean?
it's like that's what you. That's like even when y'all playing the game, you feel me? Playing Call of Duty and all that. Like I need to get me a system or even a VR set just to be tapped into other shit. You feel
Mm,
me? Because that's important. Like because if not,
I agree.
well, while y'all doing that, I'm sometimes like, man, fuck that. I'm over here looking at this crypto shit. Whatever it is, like I'm doing something better. Like nah, I'm fucking wrecking my brain. You feel
But
me? I, keeping a balance, and I
it's a
think that's
balance though. Yeah, I
that's the
think that's
state.
the
You
that's
feel
the
me?
key word we need to address here. And that's finding a balance, excuse me, amongst all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to be doing none of it too much. You know what I mean? And just finding a balance, bro.
Even when you like, you and I used to preach that a lot too. Like, yo, just fall back. The market is down. Like it ain't going nowhere. Like you ain't gonna expect no big pumps. You ain't missing nothing. And then now I'm over here DJing into mad shit. Like I ain't falling back. And then I know you'd be like, yo, nah, fuck that, man. That shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, nah, man, try this shit. I'm shelling this shit on y'all. And sometimes I need to like sit back and like think about it now when you said it. Like, nah, I be wilding. I think I be wilding because like y'all on y'all space and y'all good. You feel me? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
over here DJing and like I need to be promoting
Like
that
I'm
shit over
going
there.
crazy.
You feel me? Because
Nah,
again, that's me. That ain't even needed. You feel me? It helps here and there, but it's like I don't need to be shitting on other people that's good because they got the balance. And again, I'm glad we had having this conversation because I've noticed myself just
shit.
all
Be happy
going in
that
all the time.
be happy that you got the ability to self reflect like on the spot right now. If you heard that, you kind of saw, because I wasn't like talking about nobody specific when I was saying that. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about me. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean. I gotta remember to take them breaks, like go chill, go do something. You know what I mean? Because this shit ain't going nowhere. Like this shit gonna be here tomorrow, wherever it's at. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have to deal with that. Like,
Nah, it's a fact, man. It's a fact. I mean, and I ain't, I'm Stu. I think you introduced this topic. I don't, it wasn't definitely on my mind, but it's definitely something that is very important, to be discussed. And I'm glad we definitely had the conversation because the shit is definitely real.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this too. I know I would just say, as far as like with all that, I definitely agree. And then also, I wanted to put one more thing in terms of like, don't let the price, whatever coin you're looking at, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, Cardano, like, don't let the price, as far as it staying stagnant or staying at a certain number, like, um, don't let that get you, do take that break if you need to like go out. I know for me that helps me a lot. You know, even this weekend, or just this week or whatever, I plan on, going out and doing X, Y, and Z. Just get away from my computer and just get away and just not be in my room, be isolated, like, like 10, 12, 14 hours out the day, just researching stuff on the computer. So I would say just do that. And then also, like, the price is at whatever price it is for Bitcoin, and that's for today. And it might not be like that. It might be the same price tomorrow. And it might be the same price a month from now, or 2 months, or even 3 months from now. It still might be the same price. But eventually the price is gonna fluctuate and eventually it's gonna move. And I feel like you gotta be ready for that price, no matter if it moves downward or upward. And I feel like that's just the thing. Like, you know, I get it. Like, everybody in here and everybody listening, we all have goals. We all have things that we trying to accomplish with this crypto. I have my own personal list of goals that I want to see get out of this crypto journey. But I just feel like you're gonna have to just make peace with the fact that the Bitcoin price is whatever the Bitcoin price is gonna be, and eventually it will go up, and eventually it will go down. But I just say take advantage of those opportunities, no matter each or whatever. So I would just say that in general. And then also my last point, I just feel like time will go on. Like, 5 years seems so far away, but 5 years, well, it's going to come and
It's
go.
coming.
And then fast forward, you're going to be in a whole different set of arena in crypto to where like the barrier to entry might be a lot higher.
Mm.
You know, I felt like that back in 2017 in terms of, I'm like, damn, I could have got it at these prices, but people are going to be saying that when they look back on 2022. So
Right.
I just feel like just keep that in mind. Time will go on. Like time waits for nobody. So just take advantage and, you know, just have time management and take care of your time.
All right.
I agree.
Wrap this thing up.
If we're gonna do that, I want to just throw out there, and I want to, have this probably something that we throw out there every time we wrap it up. But maybe a little homework or something like that. But for this podcast particularly, let's, I think if you're listening, just try to keep a little like tight time, not super tight, but keep a time management, together. Um, you know, don't be on the computer all the time. Just take that in mind. Work on your mental health when it comes to crypto, because we here for you. Um, and just understand, you ain't got to be sucked into want to have information all the time. So just pay that in mind. You took anything from this show, I believe.
Time management and balance. I think those are the two key words from here. I think also something I wanted to add that not just because we talk about mental health and crypto, but that's probably going to be affected by outside sources as well. So one thing I do advocate for is that I know in the Black community particularly, like it's not something that's talked about, and I feel like if you having any type of mental issues, you feel like you can't deal with yourself, do go seek the help that you need. You know what I mean? I don't particularly I don't know where everybody's located. You know what I mean? It's different in different states. You know what I mean? So, shit, Google. Use Google. That's your best friend. If you need to find like the local hotline for suicide prevention or whatever you need to do, you know what I mean? Make sure you take that time out to do that. You know what I mean? Because mental health is very important. That's all I got.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just feel like if you're mental and you're not happy, then what is money? Like, but that's my final thoughts. Whatever.
Mm.
But if anybody did y'all have anything else, any closing remarks y'all like to add?
Nada. I'm good. Shout
Good.
out to the team, man. Shout out to everybody who couldn't make it today. Shout out to everybody who came through. You already know the vibes, man. Post it on the block. Check us on the next episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll close this out. We are the Post on the Block podcast. We cover all things blockchain, metaverse, NFTs, all money making opportunities in space. Catch you in the next one. Peace.